quiet voices whisper what I'll never win. They carry no names, yet I know their face. Follow every motion, I can't escape this place. I try to lock them deep inside, but doors will break that never died. The more I fight, the clearer it will be. The darkness always belongs to me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Between panic and sense, my mind falls down. Yet the chaos in my head pulls me further around. I wear it like a nightmare, like an ancient song, telling of the things that last lifelong. I have learned to run no more.
Audio check.
Audio check. Yep.
Okay, cool. Must be coming through. I just wait
Yep.
for Richard.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay.
So here we are, and we're live streaming. So thanks so much, past, present, and future, for tuning in. We appreciate you very much. And
Yes, we
I'm
do.
Harry, and this is
Richard.
yes,
Insert.
it's your name here. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
one of
there's all
those
tags, yeah.
tags here. Okay, so we'll kick this episode live stream off in
3, 2, 1, go!
Agile racing, agile racing, agile racing. Yeah. So thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you very much as always. And what a week.
What a week.
Yes. And what did we do this week, Richard?
Okay, so this week was all about doing the FPV cinematic drone, dead cat frame, and that was the episode that came out on Tuesday. And stay tuned to next week because that continues. But on this live stream,
That's what comes out next week.
yeah. So, but on this live stream, we're going to continue on with part 2. So you can go back and check out, rewatch all the action on the previous live stream
Of the Subskimmer.
of the Subskimmer. But on this one, we're going to carry on in part 2, and hopefully we're going to reassemble it. Reassemble the outboard, that is. So it's a 3D printed design that we came up with. It's what would you say? It's elongated design for the fact that the drive shaft is going a vertical curve.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why it's in that sort of elongated shape. It's quite interesting, and it does work.
It's part submarine, part boat. So I guess we'll jump over and have a look at it.
Yep. Join in on the chat and add your comments.
Yes, that's for sure. Richard. Swap over to the other one.
Hey. He can see us and he can hear us. Well, thanks very much for the feedback, guys. It's always one of those things that you can't really tell. So yeah, thanks for keeping it up, and yeah, awesome. Well, thanks very much for joining in there, Happy RC Flyer. We saw some of your good stuff come out this week, so it was good. And I think the one that we saw was a swap meet. So looks like you're having some good fun there on Happy RC's channel. So
Make sure you check it out.
Make sure you check it out when you get a chance.
Oh, that was a bit too bright.
Wow. Maybe just turn it off. It was fine as it was.
Boom. There you go. So, what have we done on this guy?
I still can't see.
Yes, there you go. So what have we done with this guy, Richard, since the last live stream on this?
Nothing. We've been working on other things.
We've been working on other projects. So yes, yeah, I'll bring it over. And
Okay, so what we're talking about is, so this is the if you're new to what this project's all about, so it is a custom design that we've come up with, and it is based extensively on something that the UK designed for Special Forces, and it is a SVD, or sort of it's not really an attack vessel, as it were, for Special Forces, but definitely infiltration. So the idea of the game with this one is, what these propellers are for, they are for when it is submerged. So it's half boat, half submarine. These inflatable tubes will deflate and it will submerge, and she's all go if all's going well, right? And the ideal sense of the word, it would pump up again and you'd be back up onto the plane, and you'll be using the outboard. So yeah, thanks for joining in TN Tapestry. And Happy says thanks for stopping by the channel.
Of
and
course.
he enjoyed, yeah. And there was also something with a helicopter cutting shrubberies. I think that's the right word, shrubberies.
It's a little reference to which movie, Richard?
Search for the Holy Grail with Monty Python, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's the name of the game with this guy. And on the last one, so this is the lower stern of the outboard, bottom up transom. Yep. So obviously propeller does propeller-like things, and drive shaft does drive shaft-type things.
Yes.
Motor sits on the top, which is sits up here, faces down, and it is currently spinning a D 3,720 to 18,000 kV motor, and that effectively sits on the top, spins the drive shaft, and all works well. Except what happened was on one of the live streams that we took it out into the water. I think it was not this one, the previous one, a couple of months ago, and we took it out. And what happened last year? And what happened was, effectively, I think what happened is it just corroded and then shed itself in half.
So it needs a bit of oil. So somebody suggested on the last live stream to add a tap. So that was kind of where we'll go.
Yes.
We'll add a tap. We'll make this fit and connect it.
Yeah,
and then ideally on this live stream, have it all connected and rearing to go.
Yeah.
That's the mission plan.
That's the mission plan. That's the mission, man.
Happy says, personal mission vessel. How big is the real one and what scale would yours be? Great question. Richard?
Okay, so for the full one, it's about...
there's different models.
There's different models, you see, so...
And most of it's classified. So how do we answer that question? There's about three that I know of. There's about four different versions, but yeah, most are classified and most aren't known. So we could say we scaled it from what we thought
was about right.
Yeah, about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could say it's 1-to-1 scale.
Scaled by eye is what they say.
Yeah.
What would the scale be? So I can tell you that the ones the boats that we scouted off were either 16-man team, 8-man team, or a 4-man team.
Yeah. So this would be on the small scale. This would be from a 4-man team rib structure idea.
Yeah. So
yeah.
That might give you some sort of indication.
So I guess it was that in the normal world would be kind of like, let's say if it was a normal boat, what would be a 4-man team, like a Gemini or something like that?
The Men in Black. Yeah, you'd say it's classified.
Yeah. Away on the stream.
You'd say it's classified.
MIB.
I don't want to give too much away and then do the do the wrong thing. But
keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a cool design, and not that I know of anybody ever made one. So we thought we would make one, and we do know it goes. So if you haven't seen it go out on the water, make sure you go back and check out the live streams, or when we actually made the majority of it. When we made it on the channel, so it was one of our older ones.
Yeah, but we also still have yet to do the submersion.
Yes, we haven't done the submersion, so we're looking forward to doing all that. And more live streams on it too. Take out on the water and stuff.
So yours is a no team one.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. I guess you could get like a small animal, like.
Yeah.
Like
hold on to that.
Like what kind of animal would fit on board safely?
Like a frog.
A frog? You'd be right. A frogman team, right? Because that's what they are, right? I guess you have an 8-man frogman team.
8 frogs. There you go. So, well, how big's a frog? About
Or a toad?
No, toads are bigger.
Oh, okay. I guess you could get like four frogs on.
There you go. Voluntarily, of course.
Yeah.
You wouldn't make them do it.
And not CGI'd.
No, we don't need CGI or AI, which is the equivalent of today these days.
Yeah.
Although we did see a person with AI apparently trending on YouTube.
Is it sure?
Right? We don't. Yeah.
I guess we're not fans of AI.
No, not too much fans of that. We'd rather make it in person than pretend, I guess you'd say.
Make believe.
Yeah, make believe, I guess. We'd rather turn the make believe into reality. But it was whatever. And it had a person put on some sort of apparatus, I guess you'd say, some sort of
like a skirt.
Like a skirt kind of thing, but it had propellers on it. and then just take off and go over the Grand Canyon, and off it went. But for some reason, all the propellers weren't spinning, and they weren't lined up either. So I'm not quite sure what they were going for there. But hey, you know, it's,
it fooled a lot of people.
Yeah, it did. It was trending very well on the platform.
Do you plan to 3D print some military figures to set up on board for scale effect?
Oh.
I guess we could do.
Yeah, good do. Like some frog team.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
We can do that.
We could put some snorkels on them. And...
I guess that would look the part, right? Yeah, we could do that. Done and done.
It's a good idea. Nice, solid.
Would you 3D scan ourselves eight times?
And just make British versions of us.
Like different poses.
Yeah, there you go. Just put some snorkels on.
I know some of the hardcore head tracking type thing. They have them all their heads turned. Like they have them with a camera inside their head. Like in cockpits. Imagine if you did that. They all turn their head.
Well, you wouldn't do them all together because that'd be a bit strange. They all go.
No, nobody does that.
Anyway. But yes, no, good idea.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea. We haven't done that, so yeah. Well, I mean, we've made ourselves in rockets, and I don't see why we couldn't put a frog team in there.
Yeah. Well, in the real one, they actually wear full scuba diving equipment. They don't take it off. That's just
because that's the interesting thing about the design is that the water goes into the back of the transom. If you were on a normal boat and water started coming, you'd be like, "What? What's going on here? This would be really bad."
What's going on, bro?
But in this kind of design, it's kind of unique like that, and the water floods into where you're sitting
Constantly.
It's always there, and when you are up on the plane, let's say you're in that mode, the water will drain out because it's just
going flat out.
Just going flat out.
And as soon as you stop, it all comes rushing back in, and then you've got.
Then you could go submerging.
Yeah.
Go into squirrel water. Yeah, so on. So that's the plan. What we're going to do is we're going to put a pin or something like that.
We're going to drill a hole.
And we'll. I think somebody suggested on the last one, add it in there so we can add some oil in there, top it up.
Are you going to add like a TPU plug or something?
I was thinking make a TPU plug, yeah. Just make a little, drill it and then put a TPU plug in. Yeah.
What we could print it. You could drill it right now.
Yeah.
And then, or coming up shortly.
And
then cut the drive shaft.
Afterwards.
Or you take it out.
Yeah. You don't drill it while it's in there.
The only other thing is we might need to add a bit of filament in the back there just to stop that little tiny bit of movement in case there is.
Sounds good. Yeah. We'll do that before
and
we
then drill that.
Drive by a surfer and all their heads turn to look at him as he passed by. Or sunset, sunrise would look real offshore for sure. Yeah. Nice.
Scale, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Some of them do it with like a special effects, right? They I was thinking like the Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings. They do like ones, like the dwarf is in fact in real life just regular size, right?
Oh yeah, but he stands so far
back. Or
Gandalf
stands really, really close.
There you go.
We could do that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fine until you get the camera angle wrong.
That's right. Then again, those guys have a huge budget, so they can do that sort of thing. But and what did we get up to this week on the episode, Richard? What was the episode?
Like we were saying, this is all about the FPV cinematic drone. So it was the Dead Cat frame from its FPV, and we were installing the frame and the parts from Hobbywing. So we thought we'd spend a couple of minutes just diving into that. Dive into that for a second, and you can shoot through some comments, suggestions about what we could do with this build, and then we'll jump straight back into the build in a minute or two.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, so where are we going to go for that one? Not that one. That one. Okay, so there we are. There we go, Harry. So this is just the episode that came up this week. You're going to have to play about it.
First play button?
Yeah. Okay, so that was the episode this week. And so
it's coming along quite good.
So some specs about this guy. He is a 5.5 inch frame, and we are putting 5-inch propellers on him because why not?
It's what you find in New Zealand.
It was easy enough to acquire in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. It's what they call the era design, and Dead Cat obviously because it's super wide
And what motors are we? We're 2205.7 from Hobby Wing, and the flight controller. What's that one?
It is a It's a G2 65 amp ESC
Wait.
or 4-in-1.
4-in-1 ESC.
Skip through.
Yeah. That's just.
It looks fun and fast. Yes, it is a 6-inch. Oh, sorry, 6S. Sorry, it's a 5-inch prop. Yeah, 6S. So we haven't actually done, other than the KD7, which is the Sydney lifter. That's a 6S, but it runs on a 62,000 milliamp hour battery. But this one we acquired. Oh, I can grab it a sec.
Yeah. But this one, it's FPV got in touch with us. So we thought, why not make one of them? You guys would like to see that on live stream, and that way, when we go out there flying or chasing something, we got other drones to chase with, and that's the KD7.
This is so it's got a 6200 milliamp hour battery on this guy, so it's a lot bigger.
Yeah. So whereas this one will be running a 1,300 milliamp hour. Yeah.
And there were some suggestions and requests coming through on live stream, so we thought, why not make those people happy?
Yeah, exactly. Why not? And love the color of those props. Yeah, they're kind of a nice sky blue color, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess we don't have as many, as many selections over here in New Zealand for different things, but we did manage to find those ones. So that was good fun.
Yeah, it's cool to find them. It was an interesting little subsection in the middle there where he was joining those frames together. It was a little.
Oh, with that star.
That star-looking thing. That's kind of interesting. It holds them all together internally, but
one bolt release design. It was pretty cool.
It pops them all off. Interesting.
Yeah.
So has anybody else ever made or know anyone that has ever done anything with a dead cat design? What was their thoughts on something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
can skip.
Can jump over. What do you want to
skip another section?
What was this one here? There's one other thing I was going to say.
Yep.
Soldering was all good. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah. I think it just said it suggested not to have like over 350 degrees Celsius for too long.
Oh yeah.
Only for so many seconds, but that's pretty
standard.
stuff. But yeah, it was pretty. It came with its own XC60 plug with the
ESC.
4-in-1 ESC, so that was kind of cool. Like, it's good that they're coming with more and more things these days.
More parts of it. You have to go and source them all yourself.
Those thick arms look solid. Yeah. What was they? 6mm?
Yeah, 6mm on the
I
calipers.
remember. Yeah. 6mm, and it was like 2.5 for the main frame.
I think that the weave on the carbon. I can't remember which particular one it was, but it was on the high grade stuff. So it wasn't the cheap and nasty carbon. It's the good stuff. So yeah, it's a high good quality.
That was our take from it.
That was our take.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we'll
jump
back onto there. So that was the episode this week. So yeah, we thought we'd just sort of include that kind of a little section in our live streams, just in case you missed it. So there we go.
Yeah,
so that was our, what do you call it? Like a running commentary or director's
cut.
Director's thoughts. No, not director's cut, because that's when they do a retake. It's more like a director's comments.
Yeah,
sometimes they do it with actors and stuff on like on a DVD or Blu-ray.
Back in those days, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they do that on Netflix these days.
No, they don't do that.
They just have a trailer, like trailer 2.
It's not quite the same thing. No. It's I always found it cool, so we want to include that section into the live stream. I hope you appreciate it.
Yes, yeah, apparently Happy City's had a few dead cat frames. It's a good thing these days. Okay, it's quite popular. Nice, have a clean FPV feed with no props in view.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Interesting. What sort of GoPro are you running on the front? Are you going sort of, what are they up to now? Like the Hero 13, or are you going sort of more for the DJI kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Or there's other options out there too. I guess it is no. Well, you have to be die hard or the other, right?
No, you can't.
It's just it's what you can acquire or
what you can find. There's often our thing. What can you find?
Yeah.
And also with time frames. Yeah, because yes, you got to make these things, and then you only got so many times. And where can you get the product from that's actually going to make it?
Yeah. And next week we're going to continue on.
Oh yeah.
On
Tuesday.
And we've just finished the edit. We've just finished the edit, so we've got to upload it for YouTube to go up on Tuesday at 6 in the morning.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
regular time.
Oh, yeah.
And then, and then that will be available to anybody who wants to watch it.
That's for sure.
Okay, so
that's the T's and C's, and then you want to go and put the tap into this side of this one. Then maybe we can design the plug, and then we can fit the drive shaft, and then put it back together, assemble it so we can get it, take it apart a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not so hard to take apart, just in case we need to repair something. And
Ideally, add some bolts
on the side of
on the sides, yeah, for this part, because if you remember on the previous live stream, we were having a interesting time trying to get it apart.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
We made it too good.
We made it good, but not maybe user friendly.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maintenance friendly.
Maintenance friendly. So we'll do that. So let's get into it.
Okay. So I'll need to grab.
I'll grab a drill.
Yeah. I'll grab the drill and
yeah, we'll start. We'll rip into it. Yeah. No? Turn the what on? Oh yeah. And hopefully you get having a great week there, Happy, and all the people tuning in. Yeah, what'd you guys get up to? Yeah, it's cool that you guys all can make it to these live streams. We appreciate it. And I'll just do this in the background. But yeah, I'll do that in a second. But, yeah, which is just moving some cameras around so we can.
Where would it be over by the drill, right?
Yeah, I guess so. We're not going to drill over here, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy says I just used the DJI. Oh, the DVR. Yes, we shoot up to 4K, 120 frames per second. Nice, sweet. No, nice man, very cool. I guess in the analog world, what's that? 720, right? Would be like kind of analog. If you're going to get off the DVR.
Might be.
Might be. I'm sure maybe there's some better ones out there.
Maybe it might be in 4K now.
But, I don't know. But either way, cool, man. Yeah, nice. Very cool. All right.
I know back in the, I don't think they do it anymore, but I know that Runcam used to do one where it was like sort of recorded on the SD card and it brought the stream in.
Yeah, it did it on both. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
That was a cool idea. All right. So what else do you need? We need the drill. Oh, just grab that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about that battery packer?
Yeah, that is the battery pack's over there.
The cell phone one. The USB one. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so what else do we need to do here? We're going to just drill a hole in the side of it.
Yep.
Take the drive shaft out, drill that, and then add some PETG filament into it. And then go from there, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
That's the plan, all right?
Alright.
Just making sure we don't lose any power, making sure all the T's and C's are crossed.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll get into it.
Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, I think so. It says, Happy says, unfortunately, he's been sick last week.
Hey, that's not so good.
But on the upside, he has had time for projects and editing.
Well, hopefully you're feeling better, dude.
But he's starting to feel better. Oh, there you go.
Hey, it's good.
It's no good feeling
not 100%.
under the, what do they say, under the weather. It's not. Can always, I guess you just have to look forward to when you are feeling better.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Take that.
Ting.
Ting. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. And we're going to put a drill. Do we actually know where the hole will be?
No.
Can see that going on, can't you?
The other thing that's interesting too is that if you drill the hole, and will the swarf, the plastic swarf, get melted into it? Because we don't want to block the hole up.
I guess you're just going to risk it.
Interesting.
Don't want to do that.
Because it'd be pretty much impossible to undo it.
It would be, wouldn't it? As they say, you gotta risk it if you want to get the biscuit. Risk it to get the biscuit. Let's try to think of it. Okay, so I think what I do is I'll bring you up on the other. Oh, Harry's doing anything. He says every bad day is one day goes into a good day. Fair enough. Okay, so there you go. Oh, good call, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better with the light? I think it's better with the light. Yeah, surely. Okay, so what's the plan? We're gonna put the drill? Are you gonna put it like? I mean, there's no actual technically rule of where you could put the tap either. Like for example, you could tap it up the top up here. What do you
There's
want?
no rules, yeah.
You could say it'd be in there somewhere.
You could say that.
Interesting. Where should we put it, guys? Should we put the drill tap in the middle somewhere, about there, or about there somewhere? Or should we put it up closer? This is just to add a way of adding some grease, and then we'll add a TPU plug. What's your thoughts? Here, here, or here, basically. Vote now. Maybe if you drill it slowly, it wouldn't be likely to melt, maybe. Yeah, good call. Well, I was thinking the same thing. Yes. Be interesting to see to get the actual.
Thanks for tuning into the live stream. We are in the workshop working on the Subskimmer. Okay, I'll bring the camera over.
All right. I mean, technically, it doesn't even need to be a very large hole, right?
No.
Even something like this might be okay. Just this way.
All right.
Right? Something like this might be right.
Maybe if it's drilled slow, and maybe can you get it above the waterline or away from the friction of water?
Okay.
What do you reckon, Richard? Can we do that?
I was trying to think where the water line is.
Well, the truth is, water line is everywhere.
Yeah, it will always be in the water, and technically, in the end of the day, it will be completely submerged. Yeah. Right.
Technically.
So I guess sort of you're gonna have to meet like sort of halfway, because I think last time it was sort of like it was pretty much spot on, like there, right, with the water.
Pretty much, yeah. So maybe above that. Can we do that?
Maybe somewhere up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there. Because they're gonna. All good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Up there, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. Start with a smaller tap, and then we'll make our way up. Do we need a bit of thread or something? I guess if you make it small enough, we can poke a little bit something through it. See if it's okay. Yes. Or maybe on the rear side, maybe, or in the shadow of the water. There you go, that's another idea. Underneath, behind it. Is it going?
Dunno. How will you know?
There you go.
Maybe if you're showing a light in it, not that's it. Do you have a light instead of a light?
Yeah, I got a light. You want a spare light?
So there's your little hole, by the way. That's the hole we're looking at. Thanks for joining in. So, yep, not much to see, but there is, in fact, a little hole there.
If you're shining it down there, you might see.
Oh, yeah, I can see a hole.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, so we got a hole there, so that's good.
There you go. You probably can't see it, but you can just imagine. Just imagine that there's a hole, but there is a hole.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's there, it really is.
It really is there, I'm not just making it up.
But yes, and once again, thanks so much for tuning into the live stream, past, present, and future. And we are here working on the Subskimmer. There's a design of ours, and specifically we're fixing the
3D printed outboard, which is elongated to allow for the curved drive shaft.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we need to make the hole bigger?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit bigger?
For sure.
Okay.
Gonna get some gear in there. Oil, if we need it. Nice, says Happy. Yeah, nice. Thanks, man.
So is that a fluke or?
Did you fluke it?
Did we fluke it, or did we just
get it right the first time?
It makes it easier. That way you don't have to repair anything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that big?
A little bigger. Yeah.
There's no rules on this.
No. Oh,
You know why there's no rules?
we invented that.
It's never been done before.
No, that's right. It's never been done before, so
Oh.
we're inventing it as we speak. How we going?
So, let's have a look. Yeah, I can see a hole.
Yeah?
I can see a light in the tunnel, as they say.
Do we need more bigger hole?
A bigger hole. Should be right.
Should be right.
Do you need another hole? Do you need more than one hole?
Well, you don't have one,
Hey?
you don't need one.
Okay, one hole we have. There you go.
Well, that was
surprisingly
far. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than it was. But there you go. So we put a tap hole in. Hang on, I'm outside the camera. So there you go. So we put a tap hole into the side of it. That way
we're looking at that bit there.
that way we can apply oil when it is spinning at how many thousand RPM this will be running at.
Yeah.
So now what? So if you're happy with it? You happy with it?
Yeah, cool. And then what we'll do is we'll add a bit more filament on here.
You want to add a bit more filament there?
And then re-drill that.
Okay.
And the reason why is just because there's a little bit of movement.
Which is not happy with. I didn't even notice it, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can repair it. That's what it's all about. That's what we're doing it now. And then Happy says, make the hole large enough for grease to go in, but not water.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And what kind of oil do you think you'll be putting on this, Richard?
Whatever we've got.
Whatever we got? You're not going to put any like gear grease oil or something like that?
Yeah, we've got some hydraulic grease that we put in tractors. I think will probably be doing the trick.
You're doing the trick, but yes.
All right. Do you have a way for me to?
Yep, we can do
got
that.
a cable?
We can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Can you pull the cable in?
I'll rig that up for you. Just a second.
All right. So we're just heating up the soldering iron. It won't be long. Guys, going to run a cable across the workshop just to make it super safe. Super safe environment.
Work environment.
Work environment.
How can I work in these conditions?
I think I'm sure health and safety would have a.
Theo Dan say that you're doing a really good job.
Will you thread the hole and make a printed plug or just friction fit?
I was thinking just a friction fit, but great question. I think. Oh, I don't see why it would pop out. What do you reckon? I mean, we could always print a couple, just saying the freak occurrence that it did pop. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'll just pop it. Make a TPU one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we could.
I mean, we could make a whole thread system, but I think overall the time to make the screw thread would be unnecessary. Otherwise, the other option is you just put like a screw into it and be done with it.
A screw?
Well, yeah, that's the other option.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys reckon? Should we just?
What do you reckon? Probably just a screw would do it too. I mean, sometimes the old ways are the best. Yeah. Thanks very much for joining in, everyone. Let's see what the comments are over here. Yeah. Either that, or you just put a screw thread.
Well, the other option is what you could do is you could do a screw and maybe run an O-ring on the back of it. What do you reckon of that? Do we have an O-ring somewhere? I'm just thinking ideas.
We might be able to make one.
Yeah.
If you have a little bit of rubber, I could cut a circle.
Well, if you don't want to do that, we can always we can design an O-ring and make that.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well.
I mean, it's not going to slide down,
No.
right?
I was just trying to think of other ways to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the easiest way is the best way. But yes, I'll get in there.
Yeah, I think so. I got a comment over there.
Oh yeah.
Alright, what's the comment say? Let's have a look. Or a dab of hot glue. Well, there you go. it's a good idea in itself. I guess the reality is it doesn't need to be the most
complex design in the world.
complex, yeah.
Sometimes
That one's a bit too big.
too big.
Yeah. Okay.
How long does it need to be?
Not very.
What about like that long? Is that too long?
Yep.
Too long.
Too long. Too
big.
big.
Oh, okay. And what, like an M3 bolt's not going to do it?
Might do. Alright, so we're just trying to find a little bolt sitting around the workshop.
I mean, it would be nice to have an O-ring on it. But if it isn't a possibility, we'll just go with that. But yes, hopefully you guys are having a great weekend, wherever you are in the world. For us, it's a Sunday, and I think the time is about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I agree.
So here's one, Roger. What about that one? That's a short one.
That one sort of just goes straight in.
Yeah, we don't want that. What about that one? What about that? Okay. No? Yes? Maybe? It was a bit fatter than that.
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
It's okay?
Yeah, do you have a Phillips screwdriver?
I do.
I don't think you even need to do anything. That'd probably be right.
You can hold it.
I mean, sometimes the simplest way is the best, right? As long as they don't tighten it and then it goes and slows the drive shaft down, I think it'll be right.
Touches the metal.
Yeah.
After all our improvements, you don't want touching the metal.
There you go. So there you go. That's something simple. Does the job. Just a straight.
And what did you make there? Make a little tap to for the oil.
Yeah.
For the
That
outboard.
seems to do the trick, eh? So we'll just stick with that. Just take the we'll just take the bolt out, fill it with oil when we fill everything else, and just leave it there. What do you reckon?
Happy says sometimes we spend a lot of time on paint and making a plane look perfect, look nice, and then it just crashes on the maiden. That is a cruel reality, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's definitely a
reality of
Yeah.
flying and risking everything on the flight, especially a maiden flight, where I'll turn that heating iron on anyway.
You already did, right?
No, I didn't think you needed it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's what I was waiting for.
All right. All right. Anyway, so that improves that
All
design.
right. So the hot iron.
The hot iron. Yeah. So what we could do is we could mark up those bolts for the side of it, Richard, for the next phase of while we wait for that iron to. I thought maybe what we could do is we could put some bolts into the side of the housing of the outboard part there.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. You explain what we're.
Okay, so what he's talking about, where is the outboard? Oh, there it is. So what we're talking about is, hopefully you can see it, is this part here. We can go away. This part here, which joins the two halves to make a hole. Last time it was glued, so obviously that wasn't necessarily ideal. We did the job that time, but I think this time we can do a bit better. And what we'll do is we'll, so we've got a little bit of repairing to do on this one, where we cut it last time.
Oh, it's good. It's only minor.
But,
Hopefully.
Should be okay.
Yeah.
Should be. I'm optimistically thinking it's going to be okay. Yeah.
I think it can be alright.
I think it can be salvaged because there's no point like reprinting it if you don't need to.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, it'll be right. So yeah, so I think what we'll do is I'll repair this, and then what we'll do is we'll add a bolt into the side.
Something to
Then
hold
that
it
way
is
you
what I was
can
thinking.
it can hold the two halves, and then that one there will effectively hold this side. Because that's what you need to do really, because the top part is really just attached to it.
Yeah. How long do you think the bolt would be? Is it quite a long bolt?
Yeah.
No, that's a bit short.
Yeah. You got something like twice the length?
Hmm.
Okay, so I'll start repairing this stuff. It's not too bad, but it needs to be done nonetheless. What do we got? Happy says with bolts this time, the maintenance guys will be happy if it needs more repairs later. I totally agree, considering that we're the maintenance guys. Right? Thanks very much for joining in. Yeah. Have you got that filament?
Which one is it, sorry?
PETG, you got that? Where's
Yeah,
the
here it
filament?
is. Here it is.
Alright, so we're just using the filament.
But yes, hopefully you're enjoying the streams, and we're multi-streaming as usual on 3 platforms as usual.
Are we?
Yeah, because technically there's like a one for the one on the YouTube Shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like Richard's just repairing something, and I'm going to try and find. If you don't see me, I'm off camera. I'm just trying to find the a bolt,
You're trying to find a bolt?
a couple of bolts to do the job.
Oh, yeah, to join them, right?
I'm just looking through our bolt jars.
Okay, fair enough. So if you're just joining the live stream now, we are in the workshop working on the Subskimmer, which is something that we've came up with, inspired by a Special Forces design, full size, and we've scaled it down to what we could manage. I guess it was scaled down to what the equipment that we had were available to attain. So at the moment I'm working on the outboard, and in this particular design it's worked quite well out on the water. It's just we had a
Mishap.
would you call it a mishap, I guess?
Hey, what kind of size of bolt do you want? Do you want bigger bolts, like this kind of bolt?
So,
A big one.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
right.
is it?
How
That's
big?
huge.
How big is it?
Okay.
Oops. How big? That kind of size?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What? 2 of them? 1, 2.
yeah.
Alrighty.
It's not going to go anywhere, is it, after that?
I can go smaller if you want. I can go bigger if you want.
As long as you're just using what we've got, I guess.
Yeah.
Around the shelf. Nice. Thanks very much for joining in. And what do we got here? Richard's running the 19th century 3D printer. That's right. Yeah, it's called Repair It. You are spot on. I guess in one day time they just reprint the whole thing, right?
Yeah, probably would, I suppose. But then that's one of those things that's kind of wasting.
You don't want to be wasteful if you don't have to be. So yeah, so just... Nope, I lost light. That's okay.
Where'd my bolt go? Do you want washers on this? Do you want
Hey?
short? Do you want those too long, do you think, or would be right? What do you think? You okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, perhaps.
Has anybody else used a...
I'll put these on.
obviously I'm using a soldering iron, but has anyone else used a 3D printing pen, and what do they think of it?
Oh, 3D printed pen. Yeah, no, I have never used one. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, what was your thoughts? Basically, I guess what we're asking is, should we get one? Right?
Yeah, are they an asset, and can you use any old filament in it?
Is it, yeah.
Is
Is
it
it subject to is it better than what we're doing, or what's your thoughts, guys? Leave the comments below. Should we attain a 3D printing pen at some point down the track?
But yes. So if you're just tuning in, we are working on the outboard, this 3D printed outboard on the Subskimmer. I'll just show you what that looks like, just in case you are just tuning in. Here you go. This is what we're working on.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, Richard. If you can kind of see it, it's a bit of a... There you go, it's half boat, half a submarine design, Special Forces design, and that is what we're making.
It's what we're designed and created.
What we designed and created is what would you say, like half 3D printed, and the rest is inflatable rib.
That's right, yeah. The idea of the game on that guy is the pontoons and cells deflate, and then you go into submerge, and then you're into submarine mode. So kind of cool, kind of different.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen anything like it, so hence the reason why we designed and made it.
Happy says they look really cool, 3D prints, but he hasn't used one yet. So he's a bit
Okay.
like us, we haven't used one. So there you go. I think they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I managed to find some bolts while we were just talking about in the background, and these will serve as our upgrade, so that way we can do maintenance on it? Yes. What about bolting it down? Oh no, you don't need to. Just need to bolt sideways, right?
Can we drill?
Drill's over there.
Yeah. Drill bit.
Oh,
How big is the bit going to be?
What for?
To re-drill this drive shaft tank.
Drive shaft?
Yeah. And we've got one that's is that going to fit, or is that too small?
Here's the broken one.
Yeah. It's a bit
big. Can you go down?
Too big.
Too big. That's maybe too big. But yes, hope you guys are having a great weekend. And we're in the workshop, hard at work, working on this one. So thanks for spending the time with us.
Yeah. It's in between sides.
And in between side?
Yeah.
Typical. All right. Okay. That'll go on there. And then we'll solder that up and make it look good. Alright. And what about you, Happy? Do you have a 3D printer? Do you run a 3D printer at home?
I think he said, from memory, he was still thinking about getting one.
Oh, yeah, no. Happy says, how's the weather over there?
Pretty good. Got no complaints, though.
I guess today we were supposed to go to the aerodrome, but then it was kind of drizzly a bit, and we also wanted to get some editing done, so we didn't get to go. But next time.
We did get the editing done.
We did get the editing done, so there you go. So, you know, you win. You
lose
one, but you win one, so if that helps.
Yeah. And how's your glider going there, Happy? I saw you having a bit of fun there with that guy. What was it? Yep, and thanks very much for joining in on the live stream. So if you're just joining us right now, we are streaming on 2 platforms, YouTube and TikTok, I think. That's what's happening right now. And at the moment we're working on the Subskimmer on this particular live stream. And if you don't know what a Subskimmer is, that makes sense because it's a classified submarine boat.
Special Forces
It's
design.
a Special Forces design. It originally came from the UK, I believe. It was a UK designer. And it's a pretty classified vessel.
Yeah, I
so
think
very cool.
Was the SBS using it?
I believe so, yeah. So Special Boat Service, which is a sub department of the Special Air Service.
In Britain, yes. Happy says he did pick up a printer, but has been busy with other projects and still in the box. Nice. Well, there you go. It's not going to get broken in the box. So.
Yeah, it's going to be well looked after.
Yeah, it's going to be looked after. And which one did you get? Yeah.
So I guess at this point in time, you'd say we've got no bad experiences.
No bad experience.
All positive, so that's good.
What do you think that means at the top there? It says start flash score.
Yeah, click it. Who knows?
Don't know what that is.
Just click it.
See what that
think.
Don't think. Just do something.
Did it do anything?
Not sure what that is. But anyway, hey. Not sure what that is. But anyway, you said click some buttons, so I did that. There you go. That's TikTok for you. There you go. I know YouTube at the moment, but TikTok is just learning. The DLG glider is a blast. Been super windy lately and cold, but excited to get out when the weather gets a bit nice again. Nice.
Nice. You want to help me drill this out?
Yeah, cool. Moving.
Right?
Is it moving?
What is
How's that?
Well, makes it from the hole again. That's good.
It's always a bonus. Just making the edge a little nicer.
Yeah. Alright.
How's that?
I think it's okay.
There you go.
You want to add that strobe shaft back in?
Just try to check out the direction. Yes. It'd be a challenge to get. Oh, you did give it a bit.
Maybe a bit bigger. The 4.5 is.
Okay. So we might need to get a little bit bigger. Yeah. Yeah.
Do we have a 5 maybe?
I'll have a look now. Yeah.
I could probably just mill this one around.
I don't have a 5. My 5 bit's broken. Over here.
Typical.
So it's the one you use all the time, but even the titanium tips break. There you go. But yes, so if you're joining into the live stream, we are working on the Subskimmer, a RC boat / submarine design.
Yep.
I'll just bring it over so you can see. And there you go, that's what we're working on. That's what we're working on at the moment. If you can kind of see there on the screen. And just to remind you of what's happening. And yes, I am here. I'm just off screen at the moment. It's just I can't fit into that corner where Richard's sitting. But that's okay, you know. Maybe I'll just change the camera so you can see me and then we'll jump back to the action.
Well, you could do a split screen.
We can do split screen?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh, that's just me again. Hang on. There you go. So I am here. Split screen.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, it seems better. Let's try that again. Hang on a second.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Yep, hang on. Nope, hang on. Oops. We just go back to that one. There you go. But anyway, I'll make my appearance down then.
Just down the bottom. Scrub down the bottom.
I had it down the bottom. The printer hasn't given any problems. It just sits in the box. Crowface, I bought a Bamboo X1C. Oh, epic. When they were on sale to come out with the new H2. That's right. I do remember now. Yes. Sorry about that. I forgot. I went with the older, much cheaper version. Yeah, for sure. No, it's not all about getting the flash new one. It's whatever you can get. That's for sure. Not everyone can work. Someone has to be the supervisor. That's right. It's very cool. Wow, this is, did you turn that drill bit up there?
Yeah.
There you go.
I set that up.
So, yes, that's cool. Very cool.
Okay. Okay, so far so good.
So far, so good. What he said. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's a tricky one to get in there, by the way. Last time I did it the once. Spinning in. I got a bit of luck last time. Oh, look at that. Magic!
Magic, man.
Okay, what do you think? Better or worse?
It's a little better.
Is it easier to turn?
No, it's a little
Harder to turn.
harder to do.
You don't want harder to turn, you want easier.
Yeah.
So your improvement was
Improving.
improving?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Richard's going to have to re-drill that one at a slightly bigger size there, Richard. And also, probably when it starts spinning up, it will pull all the, it will make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright. There you go.
Hopefully that does it.
Is it like 3rd time's a charm?
Maybe fourth time.
4th time.
But yes, we're getting there, we're getting there. Better? Happy with it?
It's better.
Does it need to be better? More better than that?
More better.
Even better. More better.
More better.
That's not very good English. There you
It's terrible English.
go.
More better. Who are you?
Exactly. What do you reckon? Go up? Let's try that.
What do you reckon? Try that.
Yeah, a bit more.
A bit more? Okay. It's getting better then.
It's getting better.
Alright.
We want it
Do
so
more
it's
better, right?
loosey-goosey, but not so loosey-goosey that it's going to fly away and helicopter out of the way. Alright.
That?
Yeah. Bring the shaft back again. And what size shaft are we using again?
It turns out it's about a 5.
A 5mm shaft, as it turns out?
Yeah.
There you go. So we're just drilling this shaft in this 3D printed design. It is a unique 3D printed outboard in that way. Yeah, it's got a rudder attachment as well.
Direct drive.
Direct drive, but also with a rudder. Marcus has joined the live stream. Thanks, fella.
Hey, dude.
Tuning in. And hey, I hope you are well. And thanks very much for tuning in. We are carrying on with the Subskimmer at the moment. Let's go. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And we're live at the moment on TikTok and YouTube. What is that like that?
YouTube. It's like for a fit.
YouTube.
YouTube.
But yes, and I'm just off screen.
You can change the screen so you got dual screens.
What's that?
You can change it so you like
I tried it before, and all that happened was just me just sitting
Really?
here. Hang on, I'll work these buttons. Hang on, maybe that way. Oh, look at that, eh?
So you told you.
Told you.
Wasn't so hard, was it?
I know,
There you
right?
go. So that's what we're playing with right here. Yeah.
Oh, Cool Cat's joined. I didn't see it. Up there.
Thanks
Oh,
for
hey,
tuning
brother. Thanks for tuning in, brother. And I just managed to make it a split screen. There you go. Hang on, I'll just turn the little camera angle so you can see what's going on.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so we've been fixing away. We've added a little tap in there, and we've added a bolt effectively, so that we can add the grease and stuff, which we think is quite likely was the problem last time. There's nobody's going to tell you, so it's just hypothetical.
But yeah, so we put the tap in there, so that should take care of the oil issue.
Okay, cool. So next part is we need
Might
to
as well update it while we're doing it.
Okay, so that's one issue. Well, that's the main issue out of the way, really. Okay, so now I need to repair. Got a couple little minor repairs. This is for the upper part of the outboard.
Robert's joined the live stream. Thanks for tuning in, brother. And I missed the reprint of that piece? Reprint? We're going to go with the modification of the old one. Yeah. So no, is the short answer. And Richard's repairing at the moment as you can speak. And so far we've tapped the side of it, and we're doing that to add a bit more oil in if we need be to top it up. And we're going to use like a bolt to do that with.
Should we have
done a reprint? It's debatable, isn't it? Yes, you could have done maybe for aesthetics, but in this particular thing, I think it should be fine. Good question. Good question. Yes. What do you reckon? Do you think we should have done a reprint? Sorry.
Well, we didn't. So
No. We're happy with it so far, and what we're going to do is you're just going to mod this one to make the job done and make it easier to put back in. But it sure was a tricky one to get to take apart on the last live stream, for sure.
It was. Yeah.
So yes, we're going good on the build, and I'll just bring it up so you guys can see if people are just tuning in. I'll just bring it up to show you what we're actually making. So if you're on YouTube, you can see it. There you go. So that's the Subskimmer with the interesting design of the transom itself. Brings water in, unlike a normal conventional rib. The water wants to go into the
boat itself, right?
The main structure, and that's how it runs. So you flood the compartment, and that's how it runs. So that's kind of an interesting design. You can see the thrusters at the top there, all for drone motors, and they provide the underwater
Aspect.
Yeah. I'll jump over to the other screen so you can see that. This is what we're talking about, and I'll just get in the way of the camera so you can see from a different angle. That's what we're looking at the moment, and yeah, it's our design, and we have used it out on the water. We just haven't gone submerged. because the drive shaft popped. So we're going to fix that. Sorry. Robert says you're doing exactly what all of us would have done first. What? Harsh. That's okay.
Well, what do you mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not. Robert says in the oil patch in northern Alberta, the trick is if you can't fix it, you can blame it on somebody else. So in my case, I blame it on Richard. Is that what you're going to say? But yes, no, it's going all right.
Yeah.
It's going good.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did get many runs out of it on the water, didn't we, Richard? It's not like it just broke straight away.
It didn't shatter straight away, no. It's quite good. And the repair's not too extensive.
No.
Provided I don't drop it and make it worse.
No, it should be good. Happy says the thruster units, I think you're talking about the ones at the top, look pretty sweet. Thanks, man.
Yep, that is the thrusters at the top.
Yeah, thrusters at the top. I'll bring it up. Maybe we can bring the... How do we show you that? It's a bit more camera work. Hang on. I can show you the back one if I rotate it around.
Yep, so if you're just joining us, you can join in on YouTube for the full effect.
There you go. So, yeah, they're just standard drone motors, and we just made that cowling, designed it.
Is that 3S, that one?
I think it runs on a 3S, I'm not sure. I labelled it, so I didn't have to remember.
I know that the outboard runs on 4S.
Yeah, the motors are... I'll just see what they are KV-wise. They're apparently Emax ones, Richard.
Okay.
I didn't even know.
It's just what we had lying around the shop.
And they are, I'm reading it upside down, but I think they say 2213s KV. There you go. That's what it says.
That's what the man says.
That's what the man says. And the idea is that they can go up and down. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. Looking at these thrusters go up and down like that. If you can see.
And they got, what do they have? They have waterproof servos, right?
Yeah, so they're running waterproof servos outside the cowling.
Yeah, which is in many ways a big no-no, but...
Well, the waterproof is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're just talking about it. Robert says extreme close-up. Yeah. Just like, I was just trying to think Wayne's where we go extreme, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, hope you enjoy looking at that. And how's the action going over there, Richard? Are you getting there?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so hopefully people joining in the live stream, Cool Cat and Robert, are having a great day or night, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, hopefully it's a good one. I hope you guys got up to something exciting this weekend. Yeah.
And how's Alberta, right? I think that's where Cool Cat is.
Yeah, I think so. Alberta's cool. But yes, we're doing pretty good on this design. What are you doing? You're just fixing some holes, eh?
No, just where we got cut.
Ah, yes, that's when we were getting into this design. But don't worry, nobody will know.
Yeah.
It'll be our secret.
It's not that, anybody watching the stream would know that.
Get the hacksaw out. Cut. Yes. But that happened on the last live stream.
Yeah.
Now we're going to rebuild it, and I think what the idea is that we're going to try and put bolts to put it back together. So that way
we can take it apart if we need to.
As Happy said earlier in the stream, the maintenance team can take it apart and if need be easier.
Yeah. It was quite an ordeal to get it apart, right?
Well, yeah, it took a while. Happy asks, what is your all-time favorite project or build so far? All the stuff you guys have made, Richard.
Oh.
Great question.
I guess it's more like aspects of them, right? Like I do quite like the wingsuits.
Oh yeah.
Like I still quite like the Mark II for some reason.
Yeah.
Just because of maybe the science aspect and because it's ultra realistic. But I mean, you like every design for different reasons. But yeah, and then maybe I like the idea of the VTOL dropship.
Okay.
Just because I've always wanted to do a VTOL, so why not do like that most extreme difficult one that we could try?
And I guess for me, just to be a bit of variety, I think I'll go with, and that's going to be cool to see that VTOL in the air. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. It's just off camera frame. But it's going to be cool to see it in the air for sure. It's looking good to doing some more.
And what's, let someone else can leave it anyway, feel free to leave a comment about what's your favourite.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And in the meantime, Harry, while we're waiting for those comments to come through, what's yours?
What's mine? I mean, it was cool to see the 3D printer on the top of that thing. The coaxial one's coming along from the last live stream, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I can actually bring that one over. Think about it and show you what actually, because now that the wheels are on, you can kind of get a bit of an idea.
Yeah, that's right, because I think the last time that everybody saw it was when it was still, so here we go, we're coming along, we're just building it up. There we go. Coming along quite nicely. Harry's going to be back in a second, he's just bringing the aircraft over. Yep. But yes, you're right, it is quite an interesting one, that guy, isn't he? It really looks quite futuristic now with his wheels, right?
Yeah, kind of an interesting silhouette now. You can kind of see it, and it looks quite weird and bizarre without the rudder at the back. So if you can kind of see what's going on. Aesthetically, it's kind of interesting. So the wheels are attached and they do take weight. So, you know, it's not just looks. So we did let it sit there and dry. And hang on, I'll get my hand out of the way. And you can see that coaxial system at the back there. And it's got a flight control and all that stuff. There were suggestions, so maybe altering the back with my thumb is that aluminium plate for a bit more aerodynamics. So maybe we'll do that on the next part on this episode. Yeah, and it's got a flight control and all that stuff. So I think it's looking pretty good. Yeah, what's your thoughts? What do you think, Richard? It's pretty good?
Yeah, I quite like.
It's just kind of odd, and I quite like that that video game inspiration.
Yeah. And if anybody's got any ideas of what else we should build in the future, yeah, feel free to write them in, and we can talk about that. Or if you've got a particular aircraft that you think might inspire us, feel free to send it through, and we can look it up on the Google box. There was some good ideas that we were still thinking about that came up on Livestream. I can't remember which one it was recently, and everybody was talking about the idea of the parachute plane.
Yeah, I think that.
I really think that we could gel with that. And I think that's quite good because then we could do some, you know, obviously more sewing, which is never a bad thing, and maybe we just leave that exclusively for live stream, or we'll see how it goes.
Who knows?
Who knows by that time, right?
Yeah. Happy says, I think the RC wingsuit has caught my eye the first time I ran across your channel. Oh, that's what you found it. Cool, man. I can't wait to see it fly successfully. Yeah, thanks, man. Cheers. Off Axis has joined the live stream. Thanks,
hey, Marcel.
Brother. Hey, Marcel. Hope you're well and having a good time on this weekend. Robert says, yeah, nice. He must be talking about the coax one that just took off screen. But yes, it was cool to get that one and sitting there now. So it's looking a lot more promising for takeoff. And who knows about landing, but takeoff with wheels, we have that sorted now. So we've got suspension on the front nose, and the back will act as suspension with these aluminium plates.
Yeah.
I think is the plan. So an upgrade from what it was before, because it had nothing, and there's no way it could take off with a rudder facing downwards. Yeah. But anyway, so what's a little update for what's happening over there, Richard? What are you doing?
So I've built up the print from those repairs, and I'm just giving it a quick file.
Make it look flat.
Make it look a bit nicer, a bit more symmetrical, and then we can put the extra bolt in. So we're doing quite well. The repairs come along quite nicely. We've got the new drive shaft able to fit back in again. It spins, which is good, and we've repaired the back part here where there was starting to be a little bit of movement, so that's repaired.
Do you think the movement was there the whole time?
Yes. Yeah,
I think it kind of was.
So. I think so, yeah. Maybe it came out in the slight defect in the print, I think. Not to worry, it's all sorted now. So that's cool, and yeah, this is nearly.
And when did we showcase it the first time? Was that at Quality Sharefest, that one?
Yeah.
This design, I think, with the outboard, I think we fired it up at Quality Sharefest that day. It was kind of an interesting one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was cool.
Happy says, I think an amphibious boat, and it sure made a big sound, so maybe that rattle was from that, so maybe it'll be a lot quieter now. He says, I think the amphibious boat project would be cool, inflatable boats with a hang glider style wing. Interesting.
It's like sounding like MacGyver, right?
MacGyver,
I think he does
or,
make one.
James Bond might do something like that. A wing would be really sweet. I've seen a guy on YouTube who makes a real one. Nice. Hang glider inflatable.
It'd be fun, eh?
Yeah, the ribs, just in general, I do like. It's kind of like how it was my favorite boat. What's yours? Inflatable boats.
Yeah, inflatable. Yeah.
Inflatable boats. That sort of thing is kind of cool, I think. But yeah. Off accident, actually read that one before. He says, pizza maker delivery drone. I didn't see that before, but yes, thanks for that, Marcel. Very cool. Pizza, nice. Big fan.
It's
Always like the Ninja Turtle delivery drone right there. Yeah, always 24 hours a day, pizza delivery. No, it's cool. Maybe what it could do is it could make it while it's on its way. Make it in house like an
onboard oven.
Yeah, an onboard oven kind of thing.
Fire pizza oven.
That would be dangerous.
Ceramic.
Now that would
a flying ceramic pizza oven delivery device.
Oh, what do they have on Back to the Future? It's a hydration system.
Yeah.
Hydrate. I'm pretty sure it's
hydrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Robert agrees with the amphibious boat with the hang glider style.
Oh, there you go.
I'll write it down anyway. It's a good idea. Very cool. Here's my pen.
Yep, thanks for the ideas.
Thanks for the ideas, yeah.
Yep. If you ever have an idea through the week, you can send it up on our or Discord, or what would be the other way, Instagram, and then also YouTube's got we've enabled it so you can use it on the community section, so you can add a little comment down there, or on one of the shorts. We're pretty good with it, replying, I think. Nobody's perfect, but I think we're not too bad. There you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Very cool. Okay, so there we go. That's looking promising.
And, yep. Is it fitting all right?
Hey?
What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's right. I just need to do a repair on that one.
And the plan will be to add a bolt right through the, maybe it's some bolts to make it so it was a quick detach design. We've got some stainless steel ones there that some extra ones that we use for mounting like those giant motors to our design. So maybe we just use one of them. And I'm not sure what they are, but they are quite large ones.
We'll just use what you got.
Yep, and stainless steel ones like that. Oh, the camera, where's the camera? There's the camera. And yeah.
Should probably close that one down and swap it to another.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Or if you want to continue on, we'll jump over to our YouTube channel where this live stream carries on. But thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Okay, so
most of these repairs are pretty well there now. We're just doing the last little touches to this repairs, and then we can start do the assembly process, which is like what Harry was saying. We've got some bolts to add, and then before you know it, we'll be back in the running again. Got a couple of things extra we've got to do. We've got to join. We've got to trim the drive shaft. It's a bit smaller. It's a bit too long at the moment. And what else do we have to do?
Assemble it back together, put the bolts back in, and all that sort of stuff.
And what did everybody think of the episode this week? Did we enjoy the 5-inch cinematic drone that we were making? I know that next week we are continuing on doing a little bit more. And we're going to do this week we did the frame assembly, and then next week we're doing all the Betaflight stuff and
motor testing.
Ultimately
is the plan.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming up on Tuesday. Which one do you want this one to do?
Hey?
Which one do you want this one to do?
Anything. Do Insta or... Yeah. There you go. It's pretty good. Nice. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, the drive shaft is looking good. Spinning when you want it to spin, which is good. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to join the two halves to make a hole. Basically there. And last time we glued it on, so that was half the problem. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bore a hole straight through, drill it through on both sides, there and back, and then we're gonna bolt it through effectively like there and back, right? That's the plan of the game. And then what we're going to do is we are going to start an assembly phase. So we're going to cut the drive shaft in half, or at the right length, should I say, about there, and then attach the drive shaft on with the coupling, and then start adding the motor back on. So it's all coming together. Yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah. Is that cool? I think that's good. Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work it out.
Yeah,
Right,
all good.
getting there.
Nice. All good.
All right. So thanks for tuning in. We are working on this guy.
All right, so there you go. Drive shaft's in. Well, nearly in.
Nearly in, pretty much in. And we've got the tap in, so it's looking good. Now we're just, like you said, just trying to work this out.
All right, and as everybody enjoying the stream, maybe leave like a thumbs up or a smiley face or something like that, just when you see that everything's working correctly.
It always helps, yeah, for
It always
sure.
helps.
And
Okay,
yeah,
cool. So you want to punch it through?
I think so.
You have to get the right bolt size and then do that.
Do you think that's too long? Or you want to cut this after? Do
What do you mean?
you think that bolt's too long?
What do you reckon, guys? You reckon the bolt's too long? I think it's fine, personally.
What do you guys reckon? Should be fine.
Oh, I'm going to jump in your way. Get some more light over here.
Oh, yeah. You can always cut the bolt afterwards. It's another way of doing it.
Is that cool? Is that better? Or is that just too bright? Let's have a
Too
look.
bright, let's have a look. But yes, hopefully fix your shaft. Goodness. Yes.
Nice one. Awesome. Cool. Thanks, man. Happy
And
says
we're
it's all
working on
good.
the Subskimmer. So you can see that.
Which is the drive shaft outboard.
There you go. It's the drive shaft for the Subskimmer. Our design based on Special Forces half boat, half submarine. That's what it is. Okay, what do you reckon? Just drill straight?
Mm-hmm. It's not threading into it or anything.
Eh?
You're not really threading into it or anything.
No. Should be fine.
Just effectively what you're doing is just join two halves together, right?
Join two halves together, and then we're going to join the cowling to the top of it. So
That would be interesting. The one with the motor.
how are we
The
going to do
motor
that?
housing, so.
Maybe we could use countersunk.
And he gives a thumbs up. All right, cool, cheers. Thanks, Robert. So this is what's going on top of the part that Harry's working on. You have to figure, obviously at the moment it's already been tapped with some bolts, if you can just see down here. And yep, motor seems to work fine. So we don't have any problems with that.
It's a 6mm
What's a 6mm?
that I've got.
Oh, yeah, okay. And what we need to do is it's got a collet there, and we need to join it with this. So this is the joiner. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah.
I'll just bring the
That's,
Subskimmer over so you can see what we're working
It's the
on.
joiner. It's got a little Allen key in the back there, a little locking system, and that's going to effectively connect this motor to that there, like that. Inside that housing that Harry's working on at the moment.
This is what we're making.
And Harry's in the background showing off the Subskimmer.
Yes,
On
this
the
is
other
what's going
screen.
on, and it's a 3D printed outboard that goes in the back of this 3D printed inflatable boat
Yeah.
/ submarine.
/ submarine.
What do you call that? SDV?
Hey?
I think it is classed under SDV, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're working on this part here.
Okay, so that's where we're at.
Nice.
And
And
yep,
yes,
it's looking good. So there we go. That's what effectively it's going to be like. So we need a way of connecting this to what Harry's connected to, but with the ability to be able to take it off rather than pull it off.
Yes,
Like
we've had to
so
take it
gotta
apart.
kinda work
So
that out while he's doing what he's doing. There. I was thinking maybe something basically just effectively just like a couple of bolts.
Well,
that's what I'm thinking at this point.
Andy's joined the scene. Thanks, man. This is the Subskimmer one, but yes, you know it. Yeah, but well, pretty much, isn't it? With the power of the drone propellers, it's pretty much will be an airboat.
Have we ever turned it on with the motors on the water, just with the thrusters?
Yeah, it just gave a bit more of a kick.
Okay.
But
it's not steerable, right? Because you can't
drive it that way now.
Do you need a hand or you're good?
Just for alignment. What do you reckon? Tape it in place and then I can drill it.
Okay. And the other thing I need to do is I need to repair that centre bit there while Harry's doing this.
An airbag, yeah, nice. Thanks for tuning into the streams, guys. We're multi-stream across 2 platforms at the moment.
Okay, so you're good?
Yeah, I'll just tape it like this.
I need a hand.
And so far we're making quite good progress on the stream. So far already we've put the tap in and we're getting there. What do you reckon?
Around the middle.
Around the bottom?
Yeah.
You don't really want it moving, so.
Not really. Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you good with that bit?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright. This is sick. Oh, good, man. Thanks.
Alright.
Andy's jumped in over here. Hey, Andy. And who is the smarter twin?
Hey, what? What a
I'm
question.
going to be nice and say that's Harry.
Oh, that's very modest.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And everything's going pretty well. How you doing over there, Harry?
We're getting there, we're getting there.
Yeah, okay, cool. Good stuff. And thanks everybody for joining on the stream. It's very cool. I think what I'll do in the background is I'll re-solder this while you're doing that, Harry. I'll add some more filament.
Okay.
So in that way this one will...
Get it straight. Get it straight. Get it straight. Get it straight out. It's kind of weird.
That's weird, right? Because it's on an angle. Robert says at least Harry was a gentleman and agreed with you. Oh, there we go. It's nice like that, isn't it?
Thanks, Rob.
Interesting. He says the boat used both ducted fans and screw system. It's an airboat. Yeah.
The boat used both ducted. So this is a subskimmer. So this is a submarine and a boat. Yes, airboats are pretty cool. So this is a very rare SPS design. I think this one is. We can pretty much say this is the only one in existence of this design. But yes, it's very cool. Made on our YouTube channel. You can pretty much safely say that, can you? You can. Yeah.
It's yeah, half boat, half submarine, but yeah, an airboat is cool in its own right. Just it's a bit different. Maybe something we could do in a later date.
Yeah. So far, what we're doing is we're getting there. We're getting there with the legit. Alright, let's see if we got through. No. Not yet. We're still going.
Alright, what have we got here? Yeah. Still
Hopefully
going.
it's still going.
Everything seems to be working still, so it's good. Good. And
Thanks for tuning
thanks
in.
for tuning in, everyone.
This drill is getting a little bit short, but that's okay. Must be nearly there. Surely.
Yep.
See what that's like. That must have gone through. No, yeah. A little bit. Probably. What do you reckon?
It's fine.
It's okay. It's only minor. There you go. That's what we're looking at. Submarines use it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Hopefully you can see that hole up there.
So you change the other one here. Over the other one, so you can bring it back to the camera over here.
Huh?
Because at the moment I'm not able to.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
You change it to 360.
We'll just change it over to here. So then, otherwise, because Richard's at the moment, he's just working on there. Jump that one. There you can see Richard now.
Thanks very much for joining on the stream.
Yeah, no. Oh, just turn that little camera for a bit. You see Richard as well. But yes, hope you guys are enjoying the stream and
as they said on the radio, make some noise.
Make some noise. But yes, no, it's very cool. It's quite cool to make these things for you and share them with people. Yes, enjoy watching them. That's good. Now, well, I'll jump up to the next bolt size because I might as well go to the actual one. But we're getting there on the stream. We've already done a tap on this design. We've already put an oil tap on here. So that's that part there. And we're making headway. So thanks so much for tuning in.
And at the moment I'm just working on the motor side of things.
Motor side?
Just doing the repair for that. So I'm just doing the last little bit of repairs, and Harry's doing the modifications to the system, right? So then that way we can sort of do some maintenance on it later on.
Yeah, for
down
sure.
the track. Take it apart, make it a bit easier. Whereas I'm sort of doing more of the sort of repair stuff.
Repair for what? We had to take it apart. Yeah.
But it's the last little bit I've got to do now, so it's pretty close now.
We're nearly there?
Yeah. Before you just hand it over to you.
And hopefully these bolts hold it in place and we don't get any wiggle or anything, because that would be terrible. Yep, nice.
Yep, so remember to join in on the chat. It's pretty informal sort of live streams that we like to do, and we'll try and answer them the best we can.
If you got any questions,
got any questions about any of the episodes that we've been doing at the moment, or a project that you've seen us work on, you're more than welcome to add your questions or comments or suggestions even.
Yeah, for sure.
Just feel free to just type them in and we'll answer
We'll answer the best we can, yeah, for sure. Show you making room. Oh yes, yeah, making the room for the bolts for sure. All right. But yes, we're getting there with the design. We're using, what, 100% PETG, so you probably wouldn't be able to do this with another one, but we made it so thick and strong that it doesn't really matter on this.
That's the good thing about making it sound like a submarine. You don't have to worry about weight because you want it to be heavy.
You want it to be heavy, yeah. If anything, weight is better to be heavier.
Yeah. Whereas something like the aircraft designs, you always paranoid about weight.
Paranoid about weight. You're like, oh, where did I get that little gram less? There you go. That's that bolt. That drill went all the way through, so that's good. Yeah, nice. Yep, going good. All right. And we'll see what this bolt can do. If this is the right bolt, hopefully it is. Yeah, I think it's the right bolt. It's fine. There you go. What do you reckon? Happy?
Yeah, sweet.
What do you guys reckon?
It's one good looking boat, Harry.
Sky asked, do you use Pixel? Yes, absolutely, for designs. Not for this particular design, but we absolutely use Pixhawk and CubePilot and all the different flight controllers for all our designs for sure.
Do you have a preference yourself?
Do you have a preference yourself?
Yep. We also use obviously things like Betaflight as well.
Betaflight as well was for this week on this episode this week. We used Betaflight, but these days mainly using Audipilot for sure. So it's a great question.
Okay, cool. So I can turn the hot glue, the soldering iron off? Don't know.
I think so. Yeah, you can turn it
turn it
off
off
for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I'll just drop the weight on this one. I'll do a little bit of a countersink just to make things look good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good tool. Great question.
Yeah. Because there's no reason why we couldn't have done a flight controller for this, but it just didn't. It wasn't necessary.
It wasn't necessary for this Subskimmer design. Yes. What have we got here? Yes. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream and you can see us and hear us. It's always a thing we never know.
That's right. Everything seems to be working here.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
That's good. Good stuff.
How are we getting on anyway?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Good. Yeah. So the only other thing that you need to do is you need to just drill that in.
Oh, yeah, that's much flush. It's a lot flush.
Nice.
Not better. What do you want to do with the bolt on the end?
Maybe just tap it a bit.
Tap this one?
Oh yeah, you can put a countersink in it. But, and this one you could just drill that, re-drill that, and that because at the moment it was like way too big.
Way too big?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. Okay, that's good. All right, so at the moment, if you just join in, this is what I'm doing in the background. I'm just adjusting with this little rod here, which is the one that's holding up the motor, the outboard itself. Yep, and feel free to join on the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Got any questions or comments or suggestions about the build? It's fairly informal around here, so.
Or our other builds.
Or some of our other builds, if you've got any suggestions about them. You're more than welcome to join in and add your comments or thoughts. Ideally, if the positive ones.
Hopefully.
In the ideal sense of the word.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there with this design.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
And I'll bolt this one together and then...
So if you're just joining in on the streams, just remember, normally we stream our main one is to stream on YouTube. So that's where we've got all the special effects and cameras and stuff like that. But we do sometimes stream on other platforms just so other people can join in too as an extra. Yep, everything seems to be nominal. And hopefully all the audio and videos come in correctly. And you can see us and hear us, which is always a good thing to know. Yeah.
Okay. I'll start drilling the second one. I'll start with the small one and get back up. But yes, we're making headway. And so far we've put one bolt in. What do you reckon? All good? You happy with that?
Okay. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. I'll put the next one in there. Is that straight? Because last time I didn't get it quite perfect. What do you reckon? Straight?
Hang on. Yeah. I'll stand over here. Hang on.
What do you reckon? Straight?
Straight. All good?
Yeah. Just want to make sure I'm drilling in the right spot.
There we go. Yeah, there.
There?
Straight.
Wait a bit.
There. Yep, all good.
Thanks. All right.
All right.
We're getting there.
Get in there. All right. Sky says, design error? Is that while you're drilling it? Is it? And you spent a long time drilling. You spent a lot of time drilling. That's what he said. Fair comment.
Is it a design error? Not necessarily. It's more of a modification. It's an upgrade, I guess you'd say. Would you say it's an error?
That'd be.
It's more like a repair because the drive shaft broke on one of our live streams for this design. So when we made it so it couldn't be taken apart. So on this particular,
So I guess you could.
Well, you can't say it's an error. You can just say it's
Inconvenient.
an inconvenient. So we're just making it. We're just making it a little bit better. So
A bit more user friendly.
yeah, a bit user friendly.
So,
Just in case we do have to take it apart again for some unknown reason. Probably won't come up again, but you know, you never know, right? What do they say? Plan for the worst, hope for the best? Yes. But we're getting there, we're getting there.
so off camera, what I'm doing is I'm just doing the final parts on this repair in the background.
Yep.
Make it look nice.
And I'm just putting this second bolt in. If you can see there, we've got one bolt in, and now I'm going to put this second bolt in here. And yeah. This is Guna. Make the skewer system a beehive. Yes, and this particular, the slicer is in just straight 100%. That's okay, yeah, no worries. It's all good. No, just a straight 100% PTG for this outboard because weight's not an issue in a outboard, well, submarine outboard boat thing.
It's a custom design.
Custom design, that's for sure.
Definitely one of a kind.
But hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream, happy, and everybody. What's that?
Robert says it's not a mistake, guys. It's an upgrade.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It's an upgrade. Yeah, that's the right word. Upgrade. We're upgrading it. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for having a baby
That way. No,
But yes, we're
There you go.
streaming on 2 platforms at the moment, and our main one is on YouTube at the moment for better quality. But yes, we are on Instagram, I think, at the moment.
So
as well.
yeah, I think that's it. There you go. There's Harry in the background there. So
As well.
yeah, so what we're talking about is so I've just been modifying this part. This is what we had to drill. This is the top plate, by the way, the motor plate. And I've just been modifying the adding filament into where the hole was. I'm going to re-drill it, but it's for this part here, which is the part that holds on the outboard onto the back of the transom. Happy reckons it's Special Ops Vessel 2.0.
Yeah, it's the upgraded version of the SBS version.
I guess this
It's so secret that only we know.
yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Do I have it mounted? An on and off button for this design. Do we have an on and off button for this design, Richard?
Yeah, it's called the pull the battery plug out.
Yeah, I mean it's on a. We've just got a switch.
We don't really because this it's inside the housing. Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh yeah, we'll bring it over so the camera can see.
I was checking on that one.
Which you'll show in a second.
Oh, I could just do it on here. It'll be easier. Give me a second.
Which is just playing around with it. Good question.
Okay, so a bit more to the left there.
Oh, sorry, it's a bit loud.
Okay, so I think you can see it on this one. which is this design. Okay, so we don't actually have a on-off button because all the housing is inside this box here.
But we don't necessarily need one either.
Okay,
Do you want
forget
to give me a game?
There you go. Maybe just for a second, yeah. Okay.
It's around the other way. Of course, it opens the other way, doesn't it? Hang on, I'll give you. Go.
Okay, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, okay. It's all good. So obviously outboard goes on here.
That's the part we're repairing.
That's what the part we're repairing. And that is where all the motors and stuff go. If you can see, they go in there. It's all the ESCs and all stuff basically that we do not want to get wet. So all the batteries, all that good stuff goes in there. Receivers in there.
4 ESCs, and what kind of receiver is that? Looks like a Spectrum.
It is a Spectrum.
And it uses 2 batteries, one 4S and one...
4S.
Oh, 2 4Ss. Okay, so one drone battery for the drone motors, and then one running like a bigger one, say maybe a 5.5 thousand milliamp hour.
Yeah.
For running the outboard. Would you agree? I think
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
So that's what we've got. Yeah. So we've got 4 ESCs for these individual, and they're all housed in here, and we're just extending the wires out there.
And Robert says, I thought the prop shaft is what turned it on and off. Yes.
That's right. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Very clever there, Robert. Yes, well, technically, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we just dead in the water,
It wouldn't go forward.
it wouldn't go very far.
And what you
Otherwise,
did you have to swim to get it when it shared itself?
I wouldn't say swim to get it.
You had to walk it, wade.
I had to wade out into the water, as they say. That's okay. Yeah.
It wasn't submerged under the water, so that's something.
Yeah. I'll jump back over to Harry's screen. There you go. Nice. Okay, I'll check it over here so you guys can see what's going on. Otherwise you're missing the action. There you go. And it says you're mounting a button. Right. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so there you go. That's Harry doing this thing in the background. Turn it on. Yeah, nice. Okay, that's cool.
I'll put this in.
Yeah, that's good. And then maybe I'll tilt the camera over here so you can sort of see what I'm sort of doing in the background. Oh, that's Harry's head going up.
We're getting there, guys. By the end of it, this thing will be the Subskimmer 2.0 super advanced outboard. And hopefully we'll be able to mount it after this.
Yeah.
So we're getting up to the stage of mounting.
Yeah. How do you plan on doing that, Harry? So I got to obviously re-drill this hole, which is this part here. I'll drill that in.
Yeah. Is it okay like that? Eh? That should be.
So yeah, so if you just join the stream, we've got a couple of streams at the moment happening, but if you want the full experience, jump in on our YouTube channel.
And we're making our way with the Subskimmer outboard repair at the moment.
It's Robert says it's infested water apparently.
Infested.
It's was it a hermit crab? Hermit crab infested water. Wow, there you go. That's very specific water.
Yeah, it could be. But either way, it shared itself in half on operations. So the worst kind of scenario that you wish that wouldn't happen, it did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't underwater at the time, so that would be worse, wouldn't it?
I guess.
We nearly lost the one of our
submarine.
Our submarine, with not the same situation. It was the ballast. I think we hadn't got it quite.
Yes, and then I think it got a little bit of water came in into the
where it wasn't supposed to.
It wasn't. It was meant to. It didn't wreck anything, but it did mean that it submerged
at a 90 degree instead of just
straight down like that.
It dived.
And of course, naturally painted it black, right? So then I was standing out on the water, like sort of like shoulder height.
Yeah.
It was quite deep. I couldn't see it. I was looking around for ages, and then I dived down and got it. So crisis averted.
Crisis averted.
But on the outside, because we're using a crystal radio, I could add the throttle and I could see. That's how I found it, because you could see the thrusters working. So there you go. It's still working at like 1 meter down.
Yeah. I think crystal radio penetrates the water a lot further than the 2.4 gigahertz of today's thing. So
yeah.
Old school is the way sometimes.
But that was mainly with not salt water, right?
Yeah. But this was in a fresh lake. Just guys, thank you for watching the video on your channel. I like to fly RC. Planes in Korea, nice. Very cool, man.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining in. Yeah, nice. How's it going, eh?
I think it's okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think or do you know?
Do I know?
Yeah. I guess there's no guarantees in this kind of thing.
No. It's more like...
It's like, oh...
there's no blueprints or
Should be
anything.
right, mate?
Should be right.
Thanks very much for joining in. All right.
All right, so that's something. What do you think? All right?
Is that Insta?
Insta. IG, for short. Okay.
Cool.
So there you go, guys. We were sitting at the moment, so we've got, we're doing quite good. We're doing very good. We've got the prop shaft in, and what else is this? Let's get that submarine on that water, he says. No, yeah, it should be cool. I want to see that, yes. We have an episode with it on the water on our YouTube channel, and yeah, but we haven't actually gone submerged yet, have we?
Yeah, no.
So we're looking forward to that.
Robert says that he made a 6-inch drone submerge once. And then Heavy asks, was that intentional though? Because I feel it wasn't, right? Did it fail safe? Or,
that's a good question.
Or I'm not talking about like the initial problem, but were you able to control the drone afterwards?
Right, yeah.
You might not be able to see because the VTX would probably die. But what was the I guess what I'm saying is, was it all good afterwards? I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so...
Yeah, it's not ideal.
No, it's not ideal, no. What we could do is, you got a couple of options, Richard. We could counter. We could use those fellows over there, like some bushings, heat sink threaded bushings, brass ones.
Oh yeah.
To go down.
We're talking about some heat
I was going to say to go down on it, but that in today's society sounds a bit strange if I say it that way. So we'll just say heat sink these fellas into the air, if you can kind of see, for the next layer to go into it. But yes, there you go.
You got to be careful with your words these days.
Yeah, you have to. So there you go. There's the camera over there. There's so many cameras, you're wondering which one we're looking at the moment. So there you go. No, it's looking good. So we got that mountain, and yeah.
Okay, so while you're doing that. All right, so while Harry's doing what he's doing, and you're looking for some bolts, I guess?
Yeah, what kind of bolts do you think?
I'm going to be drilling this hole.
Do you think?
Re-bore that hole there.
What kind of...
This is the part that attaches the outboard or the 3D printed design that we got to the transom. So basically, that part there, we're making that part there. Or remaking, should we say. That part there attaches to the transom, but I need to drill this top part because the plate goes on there, if you can imagine what I'm talking about. Hopefully they can see. Maybe push this one down a bit.
Oh, just this one.
Is that cool? Like that? That's better?
Yeah. Happy says nothing like having friends over to do some drone racing in the backyard pool.
Nice.
Hopefully they are waterproof, the drones we're doing.
Yeah, hopefully the water, or they got some form of waterproofing on them, yeah. Because you don't want to be a complete dead duck, right? It's no fun at all.
It's just sad and demoralizing.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Put that back into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe is a 6.5. Do you have something slightly bigger than that?
Slightly bigger than 6.5.
Yeah, I'll start with a 6.5 and then build up.
I got an 8.
It's quite a bit
one?
bigger.
What about this one? This might be done. This is that usual.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh, look at that! Size it from just looking at it. There you go. So he's got some skills. The screw needs high torque. Do you use decelerating gears? This one doesn't have any gears. It's a direct drive. But great question.
Doesn't need to.
No, it doesn't need to in this configuration. It has worked very well. Now, Robert says I am going for the record. 3.5 years it's been down there. Wow. Submerged.
Submergence. Yeah, it's pretty good going.
Oh, that's hard luck, man. But yes, it's going quite good on this design, and I'm happy with I'm happy with how it's turning out. If you can see it, there it is there. If you want to see what we're actually working on, this is it here. If you can kind of see, just a reminder. But yes, if you haven't done already, make sure you give the live stream a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done already. It all helps. Yeah, it all helps. So there you go.
I know someone asked us, a family friend asked us once, do you pay, pay ones and zeros for subscribing? But in fact,
no.
It's not how YouTube works. It's it's free. It's free to anyone.
Yes. Black Red's joined the live stream. Oh, cheers, man. Thanks. We're on 2 live streams at the moment. The main one is YouTube, but thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And oh yeah, Happy's laughing at for 3 years. Hopefully, are you going to go for a recovery mission there, Robert? Are you on your drone? Are you going to go and send you're going to dive down like on the Aqualung, or maybe you're going to send the Subskimmer down to pick it up for you? Maybe that's the next mission for this one. Just got to put like an arm on it or something, like those ROVs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yes, we're going quite good on this build, and so far we've put the drive shaft there. We have a new piece mounted so we can add the next piece on that Rich is adding, which is the motor. So that way we've upgraded it.
And you can take it apart.
And we can take it apart, yeah.
Well, it's a tight fit.
Well, you want a tight fit. You don't want to be too loose. Loosey-goosey.
Okay, so if that's the case, leave it there then for that.
Okay.
So there we go. So that was the result of that, and that obviously goes on there.
Or does it not want to be a tight fit?
What do you mean?
Does that want to be a tight fit? Yes, no, that's fine. Yeah, because you're going to put epoxy on that part. This part over here is not. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Happy says, hey guys, I tried making a post in the community and shared a link to a short video with the flying boats. I was thinking you guys could build an RC wing version. Nice, we'll have a look. Man. Cheers, brother. I appreciate it. We'll have a look for sure. It's always good to see what other people in the world have come up with. And the more crazy, it seems the more crazy, the
more difficult,
the more technical,
challenging
seems to be the ones we seem to gravitate towards for some unknown reason. But yes,
we do tend to make it harder on ourselves.
We do, I do.
Rather than going for maybe something like straightforward foam board, throw it kind of thing. We tend to go for something that's super deluxely complicated. But I guess that's cool.
Oh yeah,
just what you're interested in.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, it's not like we haven't done foam board before. I guess our foam board version would be the Wingsuit Mark III.
It would be. It would be.
So then we kind of covered those.
Just a little bit.
But we also added the solar film and stuff to it.
Yeah. Got to put your own spin on it. Right? You can't just do what someone else has done.
No. You got to do your
make it difficult.
Yes. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream and you can hear us and see us. So make sure you add those thumbs up and likes so we can see if it's coming through. You never know on these things that doesn't show from our end.
From our point of view, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It all helps.
Okay, so how do we know how far down to cut this drive shaft? Any ideas?
No, last time we just took off one side and then measured it.
Yep.
And then go, the shear will be right. And, that'll be right.
She'll be right, mate.
But yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
That's okay. The other thing is we could take the drive shaft out temporarily, mark these holes up for mounting, and then wham bam, happy Sam.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the right way of doing it, but there's no other way because nobody else has done it. So
yeah, we're just going to make it up. Just make it up as we go along, man.
For sure.
Okay. Okay.
What about this one? Is there any other ones you want to jump on there?
Yeah, you can grab on that one.
Are you?
Yep. You can close it down.
Okay, so if you want to carry on the stream, head over to our YouTube channel, and there we go. But thanks for tuning in.
Cool. All good. Okay, so while he's doing that, so I know that this particular part here on the transom, which is the, you might be wondering what this particular part is. It is in fact a rudder on the back of the outboard for when you are submerged. That's when it comes into effect. So you use the outboards to act like a rudder, effectively. Doesn't come into effect only when it's submerged. That's how it works, eh, Harry?
Pretty much, yeah.
Kind of a unique thing, kind of an interesting thing. It keeps with the actual full size. It keeps with the full size idea of what they came up with. So
Yeah, for sure.
we thought, you know, that's pretty cool. Let's just keep it legit.
Robert says, yeah, but you guys build everything scale is what I like. Oh, thanks, man. Cheers. Scale, and scale crashes getting views. Thanks, man. Yeah, cheers.
Oh, thanks for the
Thanks for the confidence boost, but no, it's all good. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's always,
scale. Yeah, okay. So you like to see scale stuff, all right?
yeah. I guess we do make it scale. We try and make it authentic as possible, and we try and make it look good. That's what it's all about, right?
I guess you can't get any more scale than like scanning yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like say like a wingsuit or something.
And I think on this stream, Happy asked, what scale is this? And I guess the answer is, what scale is this, Richard? What would you say this is? I think what we said was this is based on like a 4-man operation team, I'd say. So, yeah.
It's hard to say, is it? What do you reckon?
Yeah, what do you guys reckon on the scale?
Is it like 36 or? It probably actually says on the when we based it on the picture that we based it on.
Well, we base some of it off, and then there's liberties,
yeah.
because some of it you're not allowed to look at. So, yeah, obviously, because it's classified, you can't. So,
But it probably would tell you the scale.
probably.
Yeah, you gotta base it a little bit, like just like the general
Right.
general outline.
Yeah, the general outline. But you can't, it's one of those things. It's a special forces boat. It's not like you can go to the shop and buy one.
No, not at all.
Okay, so we're just fitting the motor, it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you thinking? Looking at?
It's looking pretty good. So that's where we're at, guys. So it's going up another layer. We're getting some more progress happening. And there we go. So that's where the transom goes. So I've already bored that hole.
Yep.
And that's looking good.
And now we got to fit it down, right?
Do you want to grab the other guy?
Which one?
The iPad.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay, so you're going to do some heat sinks? Is that the plan of the game?
Happy says, like the Hell Factory motto, make it look real. Oh, the Heli Factory, sorry. Like the Heli Factory, make it look real. Okay, did you guys sneak in and have a look at the real one?
I guess we don't go to the UK very often.
No, never been there, but we have good mates of ours that are over there. They say it's good. They say they like it over there, so they're happy. That's one thing. So that's cool. Maybe one day. Yeah, the wingsuit is 2-to-1. Oh, that's what you reckon the scaling is for us. Okay.
Okay, 2-to-1.
For our wingsuit designs, I would say it's probably 1-to-6 scale. Says Happy.
Okay.
Okay.
So officially it's 1-to-6 scale.
1-to-6 and
somebody asked-
2-to-1 for the wingsuit designs of ours. There you go.
Okay.
Oh well, there you go. Well,
There you go. You're getting some. It sounds quite official then, right?
it does. It's very cool.
So this one was what? 2-to-1? 4-to-1.
1-to-6 is what we're going with.
1-to-6. All right. Sounds good.
Sounds great. I like it.
We got a 1-to-6 scale of an RC Subskimmer. Sounds good, eh? Okay, so we need to get. So I got some of these bolts here. So what I was thinking of doing at the moment, I was thinking of putting some heat sinks in, which is these ones here. Hang on, that light's sort of glaring you out there. These ones, there you go. So I was thinking of putting some heat sinks, adding a couple, maybe just 4, just to hold that top layer on. Yeah. As long as it can hold it, we don't want it to move at all. Which is why last time we had we had it just glued direct. We didn't want it to come off, so I guess it will have to be a decent sized bolt hole, or a series of bolts at least.
So we're going good. So
Okay, so we need to find some bolts, I guess. If those are M4s, do we have any M4s there? Do you know of any M4s around the shop?
an M4.
Yeah, they got that sort of length. I know they've got ridiculously long ones, but it's not really that helpful. Any ideas? Nope. Okay, so just trying to find some bolts in the background while Harry's doing that. Bear with. Not really gonna work. Oops. Any luck?
Robert says heat sinks for the win.
Yeah.
Heat
Right.
sinks.
Heat sinks for the win if we've got bolts long enough. So there's a sub clause to that. Heat sinks for the win, provided we've got them long enough. Oh, I guess we do it at the other house, right?
What's that?
Is that all good?
Let's see what's going on. Try that again.
Fire up again. Alright, so these are some of the bolts that I'm looking at the moment. Can't quite see it at the moment. After all, you do actually want to have a bolt that's at least semi decent. These are all a bit long. I know we've got some at another place, but not here, I don't think. So we might have to use something else as a subset now and then swap them out later on. And just add the heat sinks. Can you grab that cable back?
Which cable?
One for the heat shrink. Heat solenoid.
Yeah, where'd you put it?
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be working here.
No? Okay.
Maybe it's just not going to do it.
It's okay. Running that cable back out.
Yeah.
But
cool.
yes, we're making some headway with this one, guys.
What do we think of the design so far? Do you think we're winning? I think we're winning. All good?
Yeah.
Maybe that one's just playing up there.
Yeah, hope to me. It's not a big deal.
It's obviously worked other days.
Anyone? Bullet. All right, here we go.
So I think what we have to do is we have to just. I don't think I have one quite long enough. So I've either got ones that are super long, or I've got ones that are too short.
What about these ones? What about that one?
It's plastic.
Is it?
Yep. Like that one there, see? This is what we're dealing with. So this is the too short one, see? There you go. Too short.
What about this kind of one?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, too big.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to fit in there.
Yeah. Does it have a nut with it?
But a nut's not going to help. No.
But do we have an extra nut somewhere? Because I can heat the nut in there.
I'll just have a look. Weight one on that.
Alright, so that's what we're looking at, guys. There you go. It's looking pretty good. So just trying to source some bolts in the background for these vertical parts, and hopefully we can add those heat sinks, and then that goes on properly, and then that way we take them off at our leisure if anything goes wrong. And then
Happy days.
I guess in hindsight it probably should have been in the original design, but it wasn't. So there you go.
Nice to go, Richard. That one.
Yeah. All good? the other thing is I can use, like, say, something like this, and then just, like, you know, mill it in.
Mill it in a bit. Just
like
put
that,
a couple on.
like that, you know what I mean? Like that, and then just mill it down a bit.
Yeah.
Do you think?
It's these ones here. It's these kind of ones. Too big.
We don't have the heat sink for this.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
So I think we've got some 3s around the other house, man. Other places.
Yeah. So we don't have that kind of thing.
Not here.
No.
You go ahead and put them in anyway?
Yeah, just put what we got.
Okay.
If we got something that fits, try and get in. Yeah. We can always cut the threads.
We can do that.
We'll just do that.
Okay, so I'll heat those up. So putting the soldering iron on now. Okay, so I'll heat that up and I'll turn that on. So we're getting some juice, as they say. Are we enjoying the stream, everyone? Hopefully we are.
Yeah, hopefully you can see us. Well, I'm just off camera, but yeah. But we're getting there. We're getting there with the design.
Yeah, hopefully everything's good. Yep, oh good.
Now what we'll do is, these are quite small, those, aren't they?
So I think what we'll do is we just heat them up. So
Put them in.
I think what we'll do is we just heat them up, and then we'll just put something in, and then we can
Get the real
change
ones.
it over a later date. What do you reckon? I think that's what we'll do.
That's what we do.
That way, at least it will be attached. We'll have the heat sinks in, and
Yeah, maybe we'll leave it there on there. What do you reckon? No.
yeah, it is looking good. So what we've done is we have attached the side walls, and we've adjusted the drive shaft onto the outboard at this stage, and we've added the grease tap in there as well. And Robert says he's gonna call it a night.
No worries, mate.
Let's go tomorrow. Okay, cool, awesome. Oh, well, best of luck with your truck.
Yeah, and have fun, and thanks so much for tuning in. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll put these tap these fellas, and then drill them, and then I think we might leave it there too. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we're making quite good progress, and we don't have those particular bolts here. We need them a little bit longer.
maybe, or we could do a little bit more.
Yeah, but either
We'll
way, we'll
see how we
tap
get
these.
on.
See how we get on.
Should we continue on, guys, or should we call it a night? What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, just let it up to them. Yeah. It's always good.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you guys reckon? What should we do? Should we carry on with the build, or do we give it a rest for the night? Either way, we're doing quite good. I'm quite happy with how it's coming out.
Yeah, so far so good. Oh, not that one. There we go. That's nope, not that one either. That doesn't make any sense. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yep, that's good. Yeah, there you go. Yep, nice. Okay. What do you reckon? Pretty good?
What do
I
we
think it's
do?
pretty
Do you
good
want
so
to leave
far.
it there, Richard, or what do you want to do?
Do we have those bolts?
Not really.
What about, can we add those heat sinks, or do you think that would be like counterintuitive?
Might be a bit counterintuitive. Of course, the other option we could do is leave it there. What do you want to do? Yeah, let us know if you want us to continue on, or otherwise we'll leave it there for this live stream. Either way, we're making quite good progress on this design. We have the motor nearly ready to go back in. We have the outboard looking good. We just have to attach that guy to that one, and then effectively cut the drive shaft to the right length and fit it. So we're looking pretty good, and then we'd have to put it back and mount it back on the transom of the boat / submarine. So
Have a great night. Yeah. Have a great night there, Robert.
have a great one, brother. What do you want to do? I guess we did pretty good on this last year.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Oh, well, maybe we'll leave it there then.
Yeah, we could carry on. I'm good unless. What would you like us, guys? Would you like us to carry on, or should we call it a night? I know we've still got to upload the video as well for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got to run too. Yeah. fair enough.
Okay. Oh, we'll leave it there then.
Yeah, I think we might. Maybe we just call it there.
Yeah.
So then
Well, we
everybody-
made pretty good progress, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, the live stream's been pretty good, and we've made some pretty good progress on this one, which is just going to jump over a little bit. Yeah, that way we can carry on with the design on the next one. Yeah, and on the next episode for this live stream, we'll be finishing off that last part. We'll be heat sinking those parts in, and then
Just
we'll
grab
be
the bolts as well. Get the right length.
fit the bolts, and then we'll be putting it back on and fitting it and testing it. So make sure you tune in for that one. Should be fun, and we thank you very much for tuning in. So we'll jump over to. I'll just move this camera. Right,
Oh, hang on, I gotta grab it.
that's fine. I'll do it.
I'll turn this one off. I'll maybe just unplug it.
Oh yeah. We'll just move this camera back over here and do our sign out. I think we've done pretty good. So.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Nice. Alright. Okay, Harry, you all good?
I think so, if you're happy with the camera angle.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'll just change over to that screen.
What do you reckon?
It's a bit high and to the right too much. So aim it to the left. Then down. Yeah, and a bit more left. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm in position. There you go, we do our own camera stunts. So, like what you were saying, thanks very much for tuning in. We appreciate you all very much. We'll see each other on the next stream. Maybe who knows how many we'll do next week, but look out for the posts on that one when they come live. We'll let you know. And on Tuesday, what's happening?
Well, Tuesday this week was all about the FPV cinematic drone, which is the Dead Cat style that its FPV put out, and they were kind enough to come on board for this one along with Hobby Wing.
Oh, yeah.
So that was, we were unboxing it and starting the frame build on that one and attaching some of the motors and stuff like that. And then next week, next Tuesday, all going well, so we'll leave a post in the comments. We'll be continuing on with that one and then hopefully firing up those motors.
Hopefully
that's
on
the,
Tuesday.
that's the game.
On 6 a.m. So to make sure you stick around for that one, and yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah, so what did we cover in this live stream?
In this live stream, we did quite a bit. We added the side cowlings, I guess you'd say, on the back of the outboard. We added new stainless steel bolts so it doesn't rust.
We added a grease tap.
A grease tap, yeah,
And a seal.
and a seal. So
And then also the drive shaft in the back to stop it from wobbling.
yeah, there was a little bit of wobble. I think it was a little slight misprint on the original design.
It's all fixed now, and we repaired all the
cuts that we made on the first of the stream.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's pretty good. Yeah, so what have we got to do in the design to finish it off for that part?
For the next stream, we have to put heat sink those little fellas in, the brass fellas, and then with it, what, M3 bolts or something like that?
Hopefully we'll go and have a proper look around the shop.
Yes, and then we'll fit that in and then put it back together.
Put it on the back of the...
and test it.
yeah.
And then ultimately go out on the water. So that is the objective of this one.
Yeah, and then at some point we're going to have to start working on the submerging section.
Submerging section.
So
So
stick around for that, stay tuned, and I guess we're going to come up with some kind of way of doing that, right? We're going to figure that out.
for cameras. Okay, so thanks very much for tuning in. I'm Harry.
And I'm Richard.
So we'll sign out.
I think so. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thank you most importantly of all for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in on all the comments, suggestions, and ideas that came up on this one. It's been good. Are we going to plan to do 2 live streams next week?
Well,
I think
we'll just
see how it goes.
So maybe
all
Thursday
going well.
and maybe on the weekend.
Yeah. Today seems to work quite well, and then maybe earlier in the week, like Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with. Oh, maybe you could give us a suggestion, a little sneak peek, since
What's that for?
For what will be in the next series.
Next
series.
stream.
stream.
Series. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Go and grab it. Yeah,
I'll
that'd be
just
cool.
grab the nose cowling. Hang on.
Yeah. So it has been suggested on previous live streams about doing something to do with birds. So we thought we'd take that theme and we'd expand it. And yes, that is the sneak peek. So there you go.
So sneak peek. Here we go. There you go.
So that is the front nose piece of some kind of bird thing. Yeah. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. So that's the new live stream series that we're going to be building. it's pretty exciting. It's been on sort of standby. We've been printing the parts in the background. We've got a little bit more printing to do. We've got to check because we've been at that one for a little while now, and I'm not sure exactly where we are on the set, but it's going to be exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, a little sneak peek for those people that are sticking around. So we'll see each other in the next one. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go. HRJ Racing, HRJ Racing, HRJ Racing. Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See you on the next one, brother.